Hello friends, in chapter number 19, some points to revise and to make it again more sure. I am sharing some information with you. See, on 14 December 2015, United Nations Development Program UNDP had published their last report as Human Development Report 2015. According to this report, we have already earlier stated some indicators. A part of all those indicators, the three indicators we have discussed in 2010, but here another 11 indicators have been included. General Development Index, second, Child and Youth Situation, third, Adult Health and Health Expenditure, fourth, Educational Status of People, fifth, Command over Allocation of Resources, sixth, Social Competencies, seventh, Personal Insecurity, eighth, International Integration, ninth, Environment, 10th, Population Trends, and 11th, Supplementary Indicators of Perspective of Well-being. See, these 10 indicators have been included in 2015 Human Development Report. It means earlier three indicators are existed, and with them these 11 indicators have also included to understand human development upliftment situation, right my friends? So this point usually is not in the part of the syllabus but associated with the topic and also given in your textbook in the last part of this chapter. So I have discussed. Okay, today I want to explain some points, just small points I will discuss today. Okay, some years I want to bring in your mind. See, human development report started by which year? Remember, by 1990. I repeat, by 1990, human development report started to come to us, right? We have already understood that this concept of human development index was given by Amartya Sen, economist from India, as an Indian origin and residing out of India right now. So the word is used, economist of Indian origin, has given this concept in 1990. And Human Development Index is accepted by United Nations Development Program UNDP. It is a one organ of United Nations, the great international institution for world, all nations. Okay. We have already discussed that this concept is trying to give us information about upliftment of human by basically three indicators: life expectancy, education, and income criteria which considered to be standard of living, right? So these are three main concepts have been added in 2010, but before that, earlier years, three indicators were average age, knowledge and living standard. But right now, these three indicators are used: life expectancy, education and income, right? Okay. We have understood that HDI is giving us comparative study between developed nation, developing nation regarding development of the humans, right? And here it gives us clear cut direction about which country's direction of development in which side, positive or negative, needed to do more or on the right direction. Everything could possible to understand by this index. Okay, and index value starts between 0 to 1. So maximum 0.999 is the maximum number and start by 0.001. Right, my friends? Okay. So the first country today is Norway. We all know that their index number is 0.944 and India's status is on 130th place and our index is 0.609. Last number of that country is Niger. Last number is of Niger, 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 and their position is 188th, 188 rank in human development, and their index is 0.348. Right, my friends? Other countries, the first 10 countries I have just in earlier lectures I have already stated that Norway, Australia, Switzerland, Denmark, Netherlands, United States of America, Singapore, Britain, Japan and France. These are 10 countries. We have already stated and discussed earlier. Right, my friends? Okay. Here I want to indicate that the highest, high, medium and low, these are four status of human development of different countries in the world. First 49 countries are in the highest status. Next 56 countries means rank number 50 to order number 105 means 56 countries are in the second grade. The third level is the medium and here 38 countries are there means order number 106 to order number 143 are about medium human development, and fourth one is low human development. They are 144, order 144 to order 188. Right, my friends? So here you have to keep in your mind some earlier three positions countries HDI. I am giving you information. Australia is on the second number, second order. Their HDI is 0.935. Switzerland is on the third number. Their HDI is 0.930. Singapore is 11th in total position, and in Asia most probably first. Their HDI is 0.912. Right, my friends? Okay. India's HDI has uplifted always from 1990 up to 2015. Our index is always uplifted. In 1990 we were 0.428. In 2000 we were 0.496. In 2010 we were 0.586. In 2014 we were 0.604, and in 2015 we were 0.609. That is the last human development report. Here it has been discussed. Right, my friends? Okay. One more data I want to discuss today with you. That is life expectancy of first 5 countries of world. See, Norway has life expectancy 81.6 years. Australia has life expectancy 82.4 years. Switzerland has life expectancy 83 years. Denmark has life expectancy 80.2, and Netherlands have life expectancy 81.6, means equal to the Norway. Okay. Second criteria I am discussing here. I am discussing 5 points, mainly 4 points, and fifth one as already discussed with you here, so not to discuss again, but I will try to talk these 5 aspects. First I have discussed life expectancy. Second I will discuss expected years of schooling. See, all these data are given in your book, page number 163. That is important for short questions. You have to keep in your mind. Okay. Expected schooling years. Norway 17.5 years. Australia 20.2 years. Switzerland 15.8 years. Denmark 18.7 years. Netherlands 17.9 years. Mean of years of schooling, average 10 to 11 is average. But in all these countries, see, I am talking first about Norway, 12.6 years. Australia 13 years. Switzerland 12.8 years. Denmark 12.7 years. Netherlands 11.9 years. This is the data which give us information about transferring to schooling, family, house, everywhere the students are spending their time through their schooling years. Okay. Now I am talking about per capita income of these countries. See, Norway has per capita as per 2011 purchasing power per capita of 2014 is $64,992. Australia's per capita income is $42,261. Switzerland per capita income is $56,431. Denmark per capita income is $44,025 and Netherlands per capita income is $45,435. By considering all these things, the Human Development Index of these five position countries are: Norway in 2015 9.944, Australia 0.935, Switzerland 0.930, Denmark 0.923, Netherlands 0.922. These five countries are on position number 1, position number 2, position number 3, position number 4 and position number 5 in 2015 and also in the earlier year 2014 too. Okay, now regarding India, our rank was in 2014 135th, 135. In 2015 130, 130, means our rank has been uplifted. It's a great thing for us. Okay, our Human Development Index was in 2014 0.604 and has been changed to 0.609, means we have converted ourselves from uplifting better in better condition. Okay, life expectancy for India is 68 years. Expected years of schooling are 11.7 years. Mean of years of schooling are 5.4 years. And our gross national income, means per capita income, is $5,497 US. This data is showing that India has uplifted much better than earlier. But we are in medium standard. Our ratio of development is good, but we need more efforts to do, because some small countries like Sri Lanka, their index is 0.759, more than us, right? And their order or the position is 73rd country. China is always ahead by us, so it's not a matter, but their position is 90th, 90, and their index is 0.727. Maldives reached to 104 position, more better than us, and their rank is, their index is 0.706, right? These all countries are in better condition than us in HDI, that I want to say. Okay, Bhutan is some downgrade than us in 132nd position, and their HDI is 605. Hello friends, so I was talking some detail about some data which was important for you all to understand, and in the complete syllabus of this chapter it was somehow complicated to explain separately. So today I found additional time, so I discussed with you. Okay, now some years I want to share with you to revise, because these years are coming in examination. Okay, first you remember National Commission for Women was set up in 1992. Second, National Policy for Women Empowerment in 2001. Third point, Women Year was declared by United Nations in 1975 and complete 10 years period 75 to 1985 in United Nations it was declared as a women decade. 2002 is declared as a women empowerment year, right? So these are important years you have to remember in this chapter because sometime it could be asked. Okay, some short forms I am repeatedly discussing. DPT, diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus, right? Okay, possibly if any other short form is in my mind I try to solve it. No, nothing is there. Some years of the government Gujarat women empowerment schemes. Names I am explaining. Vidya Lakshmi Bond. For what? For girls education when they are being admitted in the school, primary or secondary. Second, Saraswati Sadhana Yojana, free cycles are being distributed to the girls, right? Sabala Yojana for providing nutritious food to the girls. Third, Rashtriya Swavalamban Yojana for providing pension to destitute old age people and also to destitute widows. Mission Mangalam Yojana for providing economic help to women through Sakhi Mandal or self-help group, right? Means, and the last one is Chiranjeevi Yojana, women coming from scheduled caste and scheduled tribes are getting free of cost operation facility, laboratory test and medicines under this scheme, right my friends? So in this way some important points which were necessary I have discussed with you about Gujarat. And one slogan you have to remember, Save Girl Child is the program. Beti Bachao, Save Girl Child Movement, Beti Bachao Abhiyan. And the slogan is Beti Bachao, Beti Badhao and Beti Padhao. Bachao means save girls. Badhao means increase the number of girls by birth. And Padhao means give education to the girls. This aspect has been discussed here, right my friends? Okay, by this way our Gujarat have taken some steps, and one point you have to remember that 33% reservation for women in government has been provised and implemented in corporation, in panchayat. These are local self-government institutions. Here women reservation are 50%. Means out of 100 seats, 50 seats are reserved for the women. So equal participation has been given to the women in local self-government in Gujarat. That is a good thing, right my friends? Okay, here I have tried to discuss with you today some important points which usually maybe it could be not discussed. So I today discussed with you for your clarification in more better condition, right my friends? Okay.